16th ranked Alabama in an SEC matchup today in the last day of the regular season. And Bama still playing for that double bye in the SEC tournament. With Jimmy Dykes, we get to see two elite scorers in this one today.
Yeah, Tom, no doubt. Mark Sears has played as well as any guard in the country all season long. Big physical guard from that lead guard position for Nate Oates. He's the key to this high-octane offense that is the best in the country. One in red is hard to guard, and he's up against a guard today from Arkansas in Caleb Battle. No one has played better in the country than this kid the last 4 years, four games offensively. 35 points a game, shooting at a 43% clip. Look at the free throw numbers, Tom, just in the last 4 games. Not only is he getting there a ton, he's making a 90+% clip at it. Classic hard to guard, those two guys.
And here's why it's so important. Tennessee's spot is locked in as a #1 seed next week. Everything else is up for grabs. Alabama could finish as high as 2 or as low as 6. So a double bye on the line for Bama as we kick off the final Saturday of the regular season in the SEC. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups, brought to you by eBay. And Caleb Battle, certainly the superstar for this Arkansas team as of late. Eric Musselman has moved those chips around throughout the entire season.
Arkansas and Alabama scoring at a high clip right now. This game could get into the hundreds.
Here's Lawson inside on Nelson and reverses it in. Chandler Lawson, after 2 years at Oregon, 2 years at Memphis, and now playing for the Razorbacks, who are coming off of an impressive win Wednesday against LSU. Nelson off the mark from deep.
Has just not shot the ball like Alabama thought he would when they got him out of the portal. Right at 30% or less and from that three-point line.
Arkansas may have an advantage on the interior in this one. Mark gets denied by Nick Pringle, who's getting the start in this one. Shot clock's at 7. Caleb Battle gets tied up with 4 and loses the basketball. Stolen right back by L. Ellis, and a push ahead for the Razorbacks. A run in and a foul early on Nelson, who is postseason regulars the first.
No doubt. And do they have the 23 years now? This guy has won at every step along the way. CBA, USBL, 3 times in the NBA.
That's
as
a lot
head coach. Yes.
A lot of alphabet soup there.
Absolutely it is.
Nelson with the drive. Shuffled it off to Pringle and got a nice touch inside.
Tom, he's a key guy for Alabama in the month of March. He keeps Alabama from being punked around the rim. He's got to stay out of foul trouble, but he's a very physical 6'9" athlete.
Here's Mark. His little floater's off the rim, but a follow jam by Trevin Brazil. By the way, it might look a little odd to you watching at home today. Arkansas, the road team in the whites, and Alabama wearing crimson here at home.
I knew something was different. I couldn't put my finger on it.
That's because your TV's in black and white.
It is.
Mark got a bump, and Nelson with great reach with the rejection. It'll go the other way.
Both teams are not going to waste time ripping that ball away, and all gas, no breaks in transition, and a really good recovery length, recovery speed, and recovery effort by Grant Nelson in transition.
Cheer, and I know he's been frustrated by that foul trouble lately. Here's Sears behind the screen from Pringle. Probes, gets doubled and got a shove and a push from behind by L. Ellis.
Sears doesn't. And Nate Oates concerned about where his team is mentally coming in after 2 losses, knowing that they're not in the fight for the SEC title.
Brazil the steal. Nelson, smart not to foul, goes into the second row. And we haven't seen a scoring tear like this. And
he last Saturday and only made one.
Over the course of this season, he said he finally picked up our defensive concepts. That's earned him more playing time. His scoring is going to be
points, but that's the rip this guy is on right now offensively.
How he's come on late in the season. Steve's event, where is he at his best, where they want to get the ball in his hands.
You cannot let him drive right if you're Alabama. Now he can go score left. He's got a lot of lift on his jump shot.
Got you. He's very patient. He's shown great leadership. Out to Latrell Wrightsell Jr. Returned from a concussion against Florida. Inland. 4th turnover for this Alabama team here early on. And a wild shot from Battle, but he's able to collect it. Arkansas scoring 77 points a game. They put up 94 in the win against LSU. Mekhi Mitchell, he could have a big game today.
Arkansas, their second best offense is those bigs rolling out of it and making plays.
Walters from the corner skips off, but Nelson cleans it up. He steals in that game. Estrada dumps it off. Nelson couldn't finish the flush. Here's Battle. Really getting it done at the free throw line. An incredible rate just getting there. Battle to Mitchell. Mitchell's been on quite a run over the last 3 weeks or so. Gets it back on the pick and roll, and he finishes.
That clicking.
Sears trying to make something happen. Able to share. And it's
Alabama scoring 127 points per 100 possessions, the best in college basketball by quite a distance.
Right, still trying to get him going.
He is maybe Nate Oates' best three-point shooter he's ever had at Alabama. That's how true and good he is as a catch-and-shoot specialist.
Ellis down the lane. They love the corner threes. Here's Reitzel, another touch. A couple of weeks ago, Nate Oates said of number 12 in crimson, he's got to look to shoot more. Walters struggling.
We have a league full of outstanding SIDs, and Mike Kaywood leads the charge.
There's Sears in the corner for his first field goal attempt.
Tom, go back and grade any game film. So many points are decided off those out of timeouts. Who wins those battles normally wins the game. It's crazy the amount of points you can have to your advantage or drag to your advantage in those situations.
Jeremiah Davenport, fresh into the game, buries the three.
The country and Mark Sears, a tremendous matchup between 4 and 1.
Pringle with the drive, missed the layup. Bama gets the offensive board, and Nelson is fouled and will go pick second team, third team, or not at all. Have ascended to be among the best in this league.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dalton Knecht is the most obvious, but he's not the only one that's playing better than the expectations.
Yeah, some of those guys take it personal, play with a chip, and the coaches do a good job of reminding them no one thought anything about you in this league. And well, that's some great fuel to drive you to ultimate success in a season, individually or as a team.
Battle working on Reitzel, used every bit of the over for Alabama. Meanwhile, the Razorbacks have made 7 of their last 8. Ellis trying to get the offense started. Battle looking for Mitchell, and a battle inside of Mitchell. Fouls Sears trying to find some space. Jimmy Bama just 4 for 14 to start this game. Half of their shots have been threes. That's no big change. That's what Nate Oates' team does, but they've only made 2 of them. Sears trying to get to the rim, and he left it short and didn't get the whistle. Battle finds Mitchell on the run, and he draws the foul.
Part of Alabama's struggles, Tom, the last 2 games. They shot 24% from the three-point line against Tennessee. And you and I saw them midweek only shoot 21% from the 3 against Florida. And so far in this game, they're below 30% at 29%. And teams have really started to get up hot into those catch-and-shoot spaces, forcing Alabama to beat them from 2.
Bama has had a couple of subpar offensive games in these back-to-back losses, but usually what has undone them has been their defense. They're averaging opponents to score 91 points a game in their 10 losses.
Yeah, that and their depth has taken a hit. Reitzel finally gets back. Rylan Griffin out today in a boot on that Alabama bench. And Nate Oates told us in midweek, we're not playing the NASCAR drag race style we want to go. And those guards having to play 37, 38 minutes by the end of the game, wearing down just a little bit.
But he was just too hot. He finished with 33. Tremont Mark hangs and hits.
What
tough shot.
Tough shot by a left-handed kid. That empty corner's open. Sears opens up his hips, and Mark says, thank you very much. Where's the transition defense by Arkansas? Right back at you.
16. Pushed by Ellis in a finish, and that
playing like the lane's on fire allows Ellis to get in side with his spin move.
Pringle off balance, earns a whistle.
Under the ball, so now your misses, Tom, should be either long.
The game got his contact knocked out, which caused him to leave the game earlier. Davis, beautiful pass to Mark, and he pops it in from the baseline.
Really?
Again, Bama able to get to the rim, but they can't finish. 4-on-2. Davis behind the back to Lawson, and it's rejected. Sensational effort by Mohamed Diabate. And now a three. Off the mark from Cosby. Bama gets it back. Here's Diabate. Jam.
Diabate's got a future. And we've talked about how Alabama has shown him a lot of Draymond Green film in terms of being just an overall player. For the first time, Coleman's starting to come into effect.
Brazil with the pull-up mid-range jumper.
Ooh.
Man.
I haven't seen that a lot from him this year. More of a stationary catch guy and fly around the rim, but really nice to win the elbow and win the release up top.
An answer from Stevenson.
Stevenson,
that's a two.
Tom, he's a different cover than Pringle. Stevenson is a legit three-point shooter. You got to know personnel right now if you're Arkansas. Who's on the floor and who am I covering?
Ellis able to drive past Stevenson, and he sneaks it in.
Tom, what?
Mark guarded by Stevenson. And a quick feed, and another drive, and
nice
another
pin.
rejection.
Really good pin by Stevenson.
Can Bama turn it into a bucket? Davis, the interception, pushes it ahead, and it's rolled home by Ellis. Arkansas has gotten off to a sizzling start in this one.
Multiple guys, Ellis, Devo Davis, Tremont Mark, they have all done a good job on one in red so far in this game.
This is the first.
Inside the top 10. North Carolina leads that scenario, 25-10 run, faster than anybody else in college basketball. And they score such a high percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock, one of the top 3 teams in the country. There you go.
Sears is the catalyst, the leading scorer in the league, has his second triple.
Yeah, he works off of the screen and comes right back off that same screen. Multiple ways Nate Oates has to get this kid open.
Hogs got off to a really slow start, just 2 for 6. Since then, 13 of 17. And they got to use a timeout with 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Alabama seemingly has turned up the defense. We'll see what Nate Oates draws up back in a half minute. Arkansas leads Bama by 11. How about Mark Sears finding his flow?
Multiple ways to get him open. He misdirection. He runs to his left, and then the foot race back to the right. Kind of a staggered screen up top that we see in transition a lot of.
A year at Hargrave, 2 years in the MAC with Ohio. Devo Davis, nothing doing. Brazil with the tip.
And a high tip by Brazil. He's such an explosive kid, Brazil. I mean, he got that one halfway up the backboard.
So the 30th possession for Alabama. They've only scored on back-to-back possessions once. And that continues a disappointing trend. Battle rejected by Nelson. Good defense by Nelson to turn around Ellis. And a hand in his face. Ellis turns it over. Nelson made that happen. 3-on-2. Devo Davis rips it from behind.
Just fighting and doing a good job of keeping it out of the paint on every possession.
Bama leads the nation in scoring. 91 points a game. There's Wright with a paint touch to score.
To my point, Alabama percent better off of catch and shoot threes than he is off the bounce. Watch out.
To Sears. Got it.
Can't get hung up in traffic. You cannot get hung up in traffic with Sears in transition.
Here's Devo Davis to Caleb Battle. Battle's on a heater last few weeks. Brazil's foul no good. And an advantage for Bama on the run out. Reitzel beats Battle and spins it in.
Timeout Arkansas, no doubt. Carry that load.
Turnovers were a major issue for Alabama early. They had 7 makes and 7 turnovers.
And they are really humming offensively, and they're scoring about 1.3 points per possession when they get that quick first paint touch.
Hasn't done anything in this game. He usually gives them 13.5 a contest. And he nearly turned it over. Here's Sears now. And a whistle.
Then there's a head coach. You want the right official making the right.
And his mom, Lamika, helping as much.
In the cookie jar. It's working.
Battle late in the shot clock. Went through 3.
And just fight his way to the free throw line.
His last 28.
He's on as it can guard me.
Yeah,
that's the kind of heater that he's been on, right, the last couple of weeks.
He does not lack for confidence.
What would your number have been if you went with that theory when you played?
99 is the largest number you can put on a jersey. So
first you go into half, up 6.
Ellis downhill with the left. No. Nelson got it in a heave at the buzzer.
We go to the locker room with Alabama trailing 42-36. Jim Dunaway with coach.
All the way uphill from a 15-point deficit to cut it down to 6. What happened and why is that surge so important?
We quit turning the ball over. Our turnovers were disastrous. Some of our guys are a little out of sorts still. We got to take care of the ball. Quit giving them so many layups off our turnovers. And then thought we finally started to sit down and guard. Gave ourselves a chance to guard without turning the ball over.
Nate Oates on the way to the locker room, guys.
On the foul line at the rate that he's been going the last 4 ball games. But Sears, this shot, Tom, got him going a little misdirection. Fake to the right, comes sprinting back the opposite direction. You know, we know this thing about Sears. He's averaging 21. He can go for 25 or 30 if you don't get after him. And Arkansas defensively, they got to stay locked in on Sears. And for Alabama's defense, think about this. Arkansas shot 51% in the first half. Arkansas shot 60% from the 2-point part of the floor. And had Alabama not blocked 6 shots, that number would have been even higher. Man, the Tide has to tighten up this end of the floor in the second half.
Arkansas got a lot of mid-range jumpers to go. And a fouled 3 points each game. 1 for 13.
See this year.
Think about it.
7-7 wingspan, just ate up the ball.
Battle loses it, trying to feed it inside. Numbers for the Tide. Reitzel for 3.
Tom, Alabama has a shot to be the 2 seed, right, in Nashville next week. And they've got 18 minutes and 30 seconds to get this thing fixed.
Into the hands of Sears. A little change of pace results in an Arkansas foul on Tremont Mark, which is
under talking about Sears. It may be delayed action for him. There it is. Good job by Ellis to cover it up.
Ellis had to fight through another screen to get to him. Sears left it under the rim. Pringle and fouled on the putback for 6 from the stripe today. He started the first. Long a season it is, and for any player who sees those minutes dwindle, don't give up, don't quit. You'll have another opportunity, and Pringle taking advantage of it.
Yeah, he is their best screener at that 5 position to trigger those paint touches and that ball reversal and that out.
Yet. Shot clock at 10. Battle. Got a little bit of space. Went right back into his man to try and get the whistle. And here's Estrada now. Estrada behind Pringle. Nelson with a little nifty move.
Tom, that's what Alabama calls a go catch. You catch the ball on the move, no hesitation, just go. Really well done by a kid that's 6'10".
5-point game, a game that Arkansas once led by 15. Brazil pull up 2. Those are the shots that went in the first half for Arkansas. Low percentage, and they're not going now.
Kind of just was not a good shot at this point in the game by Brazil.
Estrada still has an impact to this game offensively. He remains scoreless. And a dump inside.
This go catch by Alabama. Grant Nelson caught that thing on the move, and he gets to the opposite side of the rim and finishes with a ball side hand. That is a beautiful move. Not easy to pull off for a kid that tall.
Hogs 0 for 3 in the second half. Mitchell scored a couple early, then went quiet. Ellis hits the screen. Pull up three is way short, barely hit the backboard. And Nelson comes out with a handoff to Sears. Numbers for the Tide. Here's Nelson on the run again.
A big play.
Razorbacks haven't scored this half. Reminder, Arkansas in the white uniforms on the road. Bama wearing its crimson here on senior day, and a throw-in bucket for Ellis.
Eric Musselman goes right at Mark Sears. A little isolation play for Ellis. Ellis wins the snake move with that little elbow pull-up jumper.
Sears to Nelson. Big fella with a drive and a dish, and a turnover for Bama.
College basketball at the Division I level to do that. Jameer Nelson and Delonte West for St. Joe's in 2003-2004. That's the type of year those two guys have had. Estrada's got to get going in this game on senior day.
Here's Devo Davis. And he finds Battle. Pull-up jumper, no. And a whistle on the rebound will stay on this side. And they're going to get Nelson again, and that is number 4. Because of foul trouble and fouled out, which was his 6th DQ of the season. Battle got a mismatch, crossover and a reverse, and it's pulled down by Sears. Here comes Bama with a 4-on-3. Razorbacks late getting back. Stevenson wide open, saved by Davis. And then a foul against Alabama.
And the rundown of
Nate Oates trying to get the student section up and involved. He sent out a plea to them late in the week to please come to the game because spring break has already started here in Tuscaloosa. Loose ball. Here's Bama now with Estrada leading the way. Reitzel sidestep three. Got it! Latrell Reitzel Jr. has made it a 4-point game. Here's Mitchell for Devo Davis, and now Battle late. 5 on the clock. To Brazil for a deep three. And a foul on the rebound will go against Bama again. This time it's charged to Muhammad Wagee.
And again, it's Mitchell drawing the foul. I mean, he's not coming up with the rebounds. He's putting fouls on Alabama's bigs because he's going to the boards and establishing a strong foundation. Tough to move him out of the way. A 2 seed at the SEC tournament next week. The energy to fight, the passion, everything has risen up.
And Mitchell draws another foul. By the way, Mekhi Mitchell has more fouls drawn than rebounds in this game. They get Sears for this one. Had a fistful of jersey trying to fight through that screen.
And look at Alabama already, Tom, with 6 fouls. I mean, Arkansas is going to be in the bonus on the next foul. The race to the bonus, so important in close games, and Arkansas has that advantage.
Davis looking inside. Mitchell has a mismatch with Sears. Battle for 3. But despite the fouls, Alabama survives that defensive possession. Reitzel. Got another.
Of course. Of course. I mean, that one guy you can't lose in transition if you're Arkansas, and you just lost him.
Ellis cut off. No battle on the floor right now for the Hogs. Mitchell spins and draws a whistle. for Muhammad Wagi is second.
Go for a finesse jumper, you pound it inside. Reitzel right there, just, I don't know what Tremont Mark was thinking. He gets buried in transition.
There it was. Mitchell makes the first.
The corner. And you got to hit him. You can't let this guy through.
Free throws. Here's Sears.
It took us a while to get there, but another intense battle in the SEC on the last day of regular season play.
Estrada gets turned around. And around Pringle and lays it in for his first bucket of the game.
And a good job by Pringle to stay off the rim, to stay off the ball.
And a whistle and a hold in the backcourt on Reitzel. He and the rest of the Crimson Tide bench have to be really careful because they're running hot right now.
And to my point, Arkansas now will walk the other end and shoot free throws. Nate Oates was concerned about how tired his team was physically, mentally after back-to-back losses, and now look at the bench. I know they're down, but man, have they completely flipped how they look, how they feel, their energy, everything about that Alabama bench completely different than the first half.
It is senior day. They'll have ceremonies as soon as the game concludes. And officials led by Chuck Jones will ask that Alabama bench to sit down, and that draws the expected response from the home crowd.
Yeah, Nate Oates did a good job of telling his guys, hey, let me handle it from here on out.
Evo Davis tricked into a couple of them with Mitchell's effort.
Down, doesn't get contact at the ball up top. There's a foul.
It's a second on Ellis. Yeah.
I love how important basketball has become in this league. It takes a backseat to nobody nationally right now.
Clock. Mitchell down. Mark sidestep three. Rebounded by Estrada. Bam on the run. Estrada through the lane. Here's Walters, the freshman. And corralled by the Hogs. Davenport. Boy, that was an early three, and he made him pay.
What a job by Davenport. It sounds simple. He ran right to that 45-degree slot.
Estrada can't answer. Davenport the board. What an effort by this Arkansas team today. They've taken Alabama's best shot, and they've extended the lead to 6.
Absolutely they have. And Nate Oates again slowing his guys down. He's done it 3 or 4 times in this game. You pounded inside again for Mitchell.
Walters got away with one. Here's Davenport to Mitchell. And late in the clock, a Mitchell drive comes up empty. It'll be Alabama basketball. Chance to catch our breath.
Hasn't a good 2.5 weeks, so understandable. He's playing at a high level, and fortunately, he's back in the game.
He is indeed, with Bama down 54-47 and 11:15 to go. Stevenson gives it off to Pringle, who flips it to Sears. Mark, catch and shoot three, short. Rebound claimed by Arkansas. May have rushed that one a bit. Here's Ellis throwing it way ahead. Nice catch in traffic. Martin gives it off to Mack. He misses, and a foul is going to be called on the Crimson Tide.
Again, the Hogs back at the line.
Free two, so he's officially only 2 of 5 from bank first three-point range as Mark hits both for the Hogs. And it's 56-47. The lead back up to 9. Bama had it to 3 and a 3 to tie, but couldn't get it to go. Sears with the basketball, handing it off to Walters. Sam on the drive to the rim, off the glass, no good, but he's fouled.
Reitzel, what we thought was a 3, that they changed it.
42 to go. Alabama only 11 of 16 from the free throw line. Ellis with the basketball, giving it off left side. Works it to the man deep in Davenport. He'll drive, he'll spin, he'll shoot with a left hand and score off the glass. Willed that one in to make it a 10-point Hog lead. Here's Sears going the other direction. Goes to the rack, off the glass and in. Count it, an and one opportunity for Mark Sears. Trying to make it a 7-point game. And he does. Perfect on that attempt. Mark now with 16 points. 3 for 3 from the charity stripe, and Alabama has cut it to 58-51. 10 minutes, 15 seconds left to play. Ellis with the dribble, working against Pringle. Throws it low post. Mitchell working against Sears. Mitchell trying to back his way down. Spin, shoots, misses. Rebound fought for. Walters had it, but a tie-up's going to be called, and the arrow will favor Alabama.
At least able to tie it up, and Bama gets it back.
Estrada to Pringle, takes a dribble, hands it off to Sears. Mark for three, bottom. They say it's another two. Said he had a toe on the line.
He did. Alabama with its third long two of the game, but we'll take it as Alabama and Mark Sears starting to heat up.
Not upset with the call, just that, golly, that's 3 points we'd love to have right now total with the threes that are called twos. Davenport with it, working against Walters. Let's fly from deep. That's no good. Long rebound. Pringle hands it off to Sears. Bama down 5, pushing it ahead. Mark near side. Estrada. One more. Walters to the rack. Laid it up and in. Sam Walters' first field goal. And Bama's to within 3 with 9:15 to go. Crowd on its feet again.
Walters struggling from 3, but attacking the rim. Not able to throw it down, but finishes at the rim.
Ellis flips it left side to Davis. Davis back to Ellis in the corner. Ellis to Davis. Around he goes with it to Battle. Battle working against Walters. Battle nearly lost it, but it gets it shuffled over to Ellis. Ellis driving, spinning, shooting. Wild shot, no. Rebound, Pringle. He got another one. Here's Estrada. Bama needs a 3 to tie. Estrada front court. Estrada to the top of the arc. Got tripped by a teammate, I thought, but they're going to say it's on Ellis. Well, they've got bonus, I'm sorry, because Alabama had 9 fouls. That's right. That is the 16th foul. Bama inbounds it. Sears to the rack. Nobody got fouled. A missed shot or a turnover.
It is a change in officiating this year where they're waiting. They're telling the officials to wait. Make sure you get it right, but sometimes I agree there's not a need.
1 of 2 for Sears. Bama looking for a stop that would give them a chance to tie or take the lead, but Arkansas's got the ball up a bucket right now. Far side, they go to Davenport. Davenport feeds it back to Battle. Battle to Mitchell at the elbow. Hands it back to Battle. He throws up a wild shot and got it to go. He was just trying to draw a whistle, and he got the 2 to go from 18 feet. Bama the other way. Estrada stepping into a deep 3. It's no good, and the rebound controlled by the Hogs. Not the look we wanted there. Battle loses it, goes out of bounds, and Bama will get it back. I don't know who got the deflection that caused.
Contested, and Alabama fortunate to get it back.
And even for Bama, it was early in the shot clock. Here's Pringle giving it off to Walters. Walters on the drive, stopping on the block, leaning in off the glass. No, rebound off the leg of a Razorback, but they say it's off Sam Walters. Chuck Jones is going to come in, I think, and correct it right here. Chuck came over, and he's going to have a word for the officials. We've got a media timeout anyway. We'll see who has the ball when we come back. 7:47 to go. Bama trailing Arkansas 60-56. They say it will be Bama ball when we return on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. They have also battled many teams to the wire, as they are Alabama. In fact, they've got the lead right now by 4. Here's Sears with it, driving, stopping, backing it out beyond the arc. Sears circles away from trouble, goes down the lane, gets hacked, knocked to the deck, and he'll go.
Teams in college basketball this time of year needs rest, and a lot of times when really good free throw shooters are missing free throws, it comes down to tired legs.
Does indeed. Bama to within 3 again with 7:33 to go. Arkansas basketball, as driving will be Mark. He'll pull up with the left hand, rims out, no good. Rebound inside Mitchell, got the position, won the battle, and got it to go. The lead goes to 5 again at 62-57. 7:17 to play. Sears off of a screen, left alone. Let's fly from 3. That one is short. Hit the rim, hit the top.
A free throw and short on the 3 right there.
Nelson comes in for Alabama. I think it was Stevenson who exits. On the drive, they'll throw it inside to Mitchell. Mitchell working against Nelson, backing his way in, pump fake shot, got it to go. Took it right at him, and Nelson didn't want to pick up the 5th. Here comes Bama the other way. Really need a bucket here. 64-57, 6:45 to play. A lot of time left, but needs some momentum gained again. Here's Sears driving, dishing to Nelson. Nelson will work his way into the paint. He'll stop, he'll spin, he'll shoot the little jump hook, got it to go. 5-point Arkansas advantage, 6:30 to play.
Alabama needs stops and to rebound the ball. Nick Pringle's done a good job doing both. Grant Nelson can't be as aggressive with those fouls.
Arkansas with Mack to Mitchell, back to Mack. or Mark, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Mark with the basketball, working against Pringle. Mark crossing over, giving it off right side. A deep three is no good. Weak side rebound, Nelson. Outlet pass, Estrada. Estrada working front court. Estrada near side, going underneath the basket, off the glass and in, and Alabama is back to within three, 64-61 with 5:53 remaining.
Alabama.
Crowd rising is one again.
Alabama able to get a stop out in transition. Good decision by Aaron Estrada to take it strong to the basket.
They work it onto the right side to Brazil. Brazil to Mark, top of the arc. Mark throwing it down to Mitchell. Defended by Estrada. Mitchell spinning baseline, poked away and stolen. Estrada got the steal, saves it to Pringle, who gives it back to Aaron, and the Tide brings it ahead. Estrada driving, goes down the lane, steps through, off the glass and in. It's a one-point game. 5:20 remaining here in Tuscaloosa.
Aaron Estrada doing it on both ends. He was matched up with a 6'9" Malachi Mitchell, able to pick his pocket. That started the Bama fast break.
Mark working against Estrada. Mark working on the wing, driving down the lane, off his leg, out of bounds, or they say it's off Alabama. Wow. Aaron Estrada thought he got the deflection off the leg of the Razorback. Instead, they said it was off of Aaron's foot. 5:03 to play, 14 on the shot clock, and they showed the replay, and that was butchered. Based on the reaction, it was not accurate.
Yeah, you could see it on the replay.
It's not even close. Another tough one goes against the Tide. They inbound it, then they lose it out of bounds, and Bama's got it. I don't know if there was any poetry to that, but there was indeed justice. 5:03 to play. Bama down one, looking to take its first lead of the day with a bucket here.
It's been a 6-0 run for Alabama over the last minute and a half. 3 for its last 3.
Come on, fellas. Here's Estrada. Estrada going to his left. Estrada stopping. Estrada looking for Sears. Sears working against Davis. Playing off the screen from Pringle. Sears downhill. Reverse layup blocked. Tipped. Scrambled. Knocked out of bounds by Nelson. Stevenson in to replace him. Hoggs work it to Battle. Battle playing off the screen to Mitchell. Mitchell a couple of dribbles to his left, a third, a fourth. He picks it up, flips it to Davis. Davis will back it out beyond the arc with 10 on the shot clock. Again, they go to Battle. Battle working against Reitzel. Lost it, got it back. Drives in, off the glass and in. Man, he just muscled that one in.
I thought he lost it.
Driving in will be Estrada. Steps back on the baseline. 8-footer no in the rebound, controlled by Davenport in Arkansas with 4:05 remaining. Arkansas leading it 66-63, and we're now under the 4-minute mark remaining at Coleman Coliseum. Mitchell looking for Battle, gives it off to him. Battle driving to the top of the arc. Battle changing directions. Battle down low to Mitchell. That's got to be an offensive foul. It's a late whistle. They call a block because, Brian, I think he was inside the restricted area at 46 remaining. First one is up, and that one
able to get to the free throw line, and they're really good. And Malachi Mitchell, inside 80% free throw shooter, knocks both down.
Big man who shoots it at that high percentage is awfully effective, and it's a 5-point Hog lead with 3:38 to go. Here's Sears with it front court for Alabama. Sears playing off of a screen, driving, kicking in the corner, Nelson. He'll let it go from 3. Bottom. Huge make there for Alabama, and for Grant Nelson, that is the 6th bank first 3 of the day.
Grant Nelson doesn't shoot a great percentage on the year, but when the game's on the line, he's made huge ones. That one as big as any.
Bama to within a bucket again, a 3-point Arkansas advantage. They throw it right side. Mitchell on the drive. Cut off by Nelson, trying to back his way in. Throws his shoulder into Grant. Didn't get the call. Reverse layup, a beauty. Got to get some help on the weak side there, but he was able to get it to drop, and it's a 5-point game again. 70-65. Estrada on the drive. Had his pass deflected away by Mitchell again, and the Hogs come the other direction. Downhill they'll go, and a foul is going to be called on Sears. Been changed from 3s to 2. Free throw up, and Battle hits them both. And the Hogs push it back to 7. Bama's never led in this game. They've been as close as 1, but they've never led. Estrada with it, giving it off to Sears. Every possession matters. Reitzel for three. Bottom. Huge make, Latrell Reitzel. Alabama to within 4 again with 2:26 to go. Defense, fellas. Let's get a stop. Front court. Hogs will push it.
Bama needs a stop, and to do it without fouling, Arkansas has gone inside, drawing Bama fouls here late.
Far side Davis off the screen from Mitchell. Davis lost it, got it back, feeds it to Ellis. Ellis kicking on the far side to Brazil. Brazil driving against Nelson, puts it up and got it to go with a left hand. Jackknife in the air, put it up with a left hand, got it to go, and with 2 minutes to play, Bama's down 6. Here's Estrada. Estrada looking, finds Sears. Sears on the drive, down the lane, shot blocked, out of bounds, touch last by the Razorbacks.
Well, that's where foul trouble hurts you. Grant Nelson not able to be as aggressive as he normally would. Arkansas takes advantage of it, going right at him.
Estrada will inbound it from the baseline. Looking for Reitzel. He's got him there. Catch and shoot. 3-ball short. Rebound, though, run down by Pringle to Sears in the corner. He tries a 3. Short. And the weak side rebound claimed by Ellis. The inbounds pass to Reitzel was too low. If he hits him in rhythm, it looks different. Ellis front court with Arkansas the ball and a 6-point lead with 1.5 minutes to go.
Have to have a stop right here.
Between the circles, Ellis. Ellis playing off of a double screen, goes to the elbow, gives it back out to Brazil. 5 on the shot clock. To Davis at 4, at 3, lets it fly. That's an air ball, saved by the Hogs, but that will be a shot clock violation with 1:12 minutes to go in the game, and Bama down 6.
Alabama with just its second made 3 of the second half by Latrell Reitzel a couple possessions ago. Bama 2 for 13 from deep and getting great looks.
Estrada working left side, giving it off to Sears. Sears being pushed by Davis, no whistle. He'll drive and dish to Nelson in the corner for 3. Bottom, he did it again. Grant Nelson is second. Bank first 3 in the last 2 minutes, and Alabama gets a timeout with 59.9 seconds remaining. Bama has never led in this ball game. Arkansas was up as many as 15 late in the first half before Bama cut it to 6 at intermission. They have had a chance to take the lead on a couple of occasions at most. Arkansas has answered the bell each time. Hogs have it with 1 minute to go. They lead by 3. Got to get a stop. Hogs with it in battle. Battle near the center court stripe. 17 to shoot. 16, 15 with the game clock at 44. Battle just holding the basketball. 10, dribbles right at 9. 8, Battle going downhill, hands it off Mitchell. Missed the dunk. Rebound claimed by Bama. Nelson flips it ahead Estrada. Estrada spinning left, giving it off to Pringle. Pringle to Sears. Sears out to Reitzel. Fakes a 3. Steps back for the tie. Bottom. Let's start over. Tied at 74. 20 seconds remain. Arkansas can hold it for the last shot. Tie game, 74 all, 12-11. Arkansas won't use the timeout. Brazil front court, or Battle with it, front court at 6. Battle at 5, at 4, at 3, at 2, at the buzzer, short. It is out of time. OT we go. Great effort, Alabama. Tying it for the first time since we started, and we are headed to overtime in the regular season finale. We're tied at 74. Back in 1 minute on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Well, the guys at CB&S Bank picked a good one. 74 all. Bama and Arkansas going to overtime an extra 5 minutes, and it's all brought to you by CB&S Bank, proud to sponsor the Crimson Tide. Prouder to take the court with you.
You're happy to be in overtime considering where Alabama was just a few minutes ago, but you can't relax. You got to keep getting it done on both ends of the floor, especially defensively.
Pringle to jump for Alabama. It'll be Brazil to do it for the Hogs, and they win the tap in the backcourt to our right. They get it front court with Ellis. Ellis playing off of the screen, goes right side. Ellis playing off the screen again, goes left. Hands it off to Brazil, left wing. Brazil will drive to the free throw line. Shot blocked by Pringle. Picked up by Sears and then Nelson. Now Mark pushes it ahead. Bama looking for its first lead. Sears circles away from traffic to Nelson. Back to Sears. Sears working against the bigger defender Mitchell. Sears on the near wing. Crosses over. Down the lane. Back out Estrada. Estrada. Bounce pass inside. Pringle got fouled. A late whistle and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
That was a good look inside. It was a late call and an awkward looking jump. It's because he got fouled as Mekhi Mitchell took Nick's legs out going into that shot. That'll be Nick Pringle at the line. He's been huge in this game, especially defensively and rebounding the ball. It's been Pringle with 10 rebounds. Just 1 for 5 from the field. He's got 7 points, 5 for 8 from the free throw line. A couple of big opportunities right here.
Pringle shooting a pair. 4:23 to go. Bama looking for its first lead of the day. And still looking as that one hit off the front iron. Knicks 5 of 9.
Looking at foul trouble, Grant Nelson's got 4, Sears and Reitzel with 3. Arkansas has 3 players with 4. Ellis, Mark, and Mitchell.
Alabama takes a 75-74 lead with 4:20 to go in OT.
The first lead of the game for Alabama.
Ellis, a bounce pass, right side to Davis. Davis directing traffic, dribbles left, takes it left to the circle, working against Pringle, gives it off to Ellis on the left wing. 7 to shoot as he works it now. Driving, handoff, inside Mitchell the flush. Battle is the one that drew the defense to him. And then Mitchell got the dunk and the Hogs lead it by 1. On the other end, it's Reitzel. Reitzel trying to get free. Reitzel fires the pass over to Nelson. Nelson going baseline. Kicks it in the corner. Estrada, 3, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Arkansas. That's got to be Bama ball. Oh, mercy. Chuck Jones didn't see it. And look, great work by that crew. Mike Nance saw it. They made the right call. The other 2 officials couldn't tell, and I think they'll go to the monitor, or will they?
I think they're going to get Latrell Reitzel out. He was down, not exactly sure.
He may have gotten popped.
Get Sam Walters into the game. Well, that was a great look from Aaron Estrada, who struggled shooting the ball in this game wide open, but Bama gets it back.
Hopefully Latrell can come back as Bama looks to get the ball in. They beat the count, getting it to Pringle. Pringle fires it back to Estrada. He'll drive baseline, got cut off. Backs it out, gets it into the paint now. Kicks it over to Walters for 3. Hallelujah! Sam Walters, first make in a month, it feels like, for that fella, but he buries it when Bama needed it most. 78-76 with 3:15 to go in overtime.
What a huge shot by the freshman.
Battle with it. Around to Mark. Mark driving, and a foul's going to be called. If it's on Nelson, it's his 5th. Grant just fouled out. You know what? He did.
Oh.
They pointed it on 2-4.
Okay.
He put up a 2, which would have been on Nelson, and then Chuck Jones threw up 4 fingers. And I've never been happier to see that.
And I'm not sure that's the right call. I thought
I'm real sure it's not.
Was on Grant Nelson unless Sam Walters reached in.
Wow.
And they gave it to him. That's a big no call on Grant Nelson. Obviously, it sends a really good free throw shooter to the line with a chance to tie the game, and Tremont Mark.
Tremont Mark hits the first. Tremont Mark hits the second, and we are tied at 78. What a ball game here in the final regular season contest. Estrada trying to go baseline, cut off, flips it to Pringle, pivots, looks, Pringle backing down, giving it to Nelson for 3. No good. Rebound, Walters claims it, puts it up, got it! Sam Walters Back-to-back buckets, a three, and then a rebound to lay it in, and Alabama leads by 2, 80-78 with 2:37 remaining.
And how about Sam Walters only in the game because Latrell Reitzel just went out with maybe a little bit of a leg injury, but Walters making the most of it in a huge way.
Mark giving it off on the left side to Ellis. Ellis on the drive, underneath, pass to Mitchell is in, and we're tied at 80 with 2:17 to go in overtime. Sears front court for Alabama. Sears looking, crossing right, giving it off to Pringle. Pringle, a dribble to his left, a handoff, Estrada. Estrada the drive, the runner off the glass, yes. How about the poise of Estrada? He had an open three, but he's not been good from there today. He drove it to the bucket. He got it to go, and Bama leads by 2 with 1:50 remaining. Mark with it for Arkansas. Mark against Nelson, lost it. Grant took it away. Here comes Bama. Mark Sears to the rim, lays it in. Bama by 4 with 1:38 to go.
What a huge stop as Arkansas gets the timeout. Graham Nelson able to give ground, defend without fouling. That started the Alabama fast break. Bama up 4 with 1:38 to play.
Woo! Crowd on its feet.
And how about Sam Walters? He's in the game because Latrell Reitzel, who hit the game-tying three, looked like he got bumped. He's on the Alabama bench dealing with that. Hopefully he's okay, but Sam Walters comes in the game, knocks down his first three in several games, gets an offensive rebound putback. What huge minutes by the freshman who, without that situation, Latrell probably wouldn't be in the game, but love to see the freshman who struggled mightily from the three-point line the last couple of weeks of the season step up, making big plays in this game on both ends of the floor, playing way more minutes than probably Nate Oates would have liked for him to, but 18 points and 4 for 8 from the three-point line right now on the Alabama bench. But how about the next man up mentality as Sam Walters gets the opportunity and had a huge three, a huge offensive rebound, and Alabama able to put back-to-back stops together and get this lead.
Looks like Latrell's going back in the game, Brian. He is seated within the huddle of the players that will normally go back on the floor for the Crimson Tide. Sam Walters standing up, which would indicate that he's out. But, man, this thing looks a whole lot different without Sam in the last minute and a half.
Well, without those plays, Alabama wouldn't be in a position to win this game. Still far from this game being over. Just a two-possession game, 1:38 to play. Alabama was down 6 with 2 minutes to play, or less than 2 minutes, against Arkansas in this game in regulation. And some big plays late. Alabama able to get stops. And we said it the entire second half. You got to get it done on the defensive end. That's why Alabama was able to get it to overtime and got to continue that here the last 1:38 of OT. And also defend without fouling. This Arkansas team has been so good from the free throw line. I don't think they've missed since the first half. 21 for 23 from the line.
Ellis with the basketball for Arkansas as the Tide has its biggest lead of the day at 4. They didn't lead at all until overtime. Hoggs with it on the drive. They go down the lane. Shot would not drop for Battle, but he gets fouled and will go to the line for a pair. When he makes up his mind, he's going to go to the rim, Brian. Well, he's getting to the rim, one way or the other.
There's been nobody hotter in college basketball over the last couple of weeks than Khalif Battle. It's been over 30 points in 3 straight games. The only game he hasn't, that 4th game, he had 29 against LSU. Alabama's done a pretty good job on him in this game, but he and his teammates have gotten to the line and they haven't missed.
They do hit another one. They are 22 of 24 from the stripe. Alabama's 15 of 23.
They've been perfect in overtime and in the second half from the line.
Second attempt upcoming, trying to make it a 2-point game. 1:26 to go. Box outs, so important just in case. And he does make another one. Nelson will inbound it. Gets it into Sears. Bama by 2 with 1:21 left to play in overtime. Front court, Sears. Sears giving it off to Estrada. Estrada looking to his right. Hands it off to Sears. Sears over to Reitzel. Reitzel on the wing, driving to the elbow. Reitzel stopping, backing it out, throws it down low. The catch, the flush from Pringle. Great job by Reitzel, backing it out, drawing the defense away, and then Sears checked that Pringle with a flush.
Patient and poised. The veteran on senior night makes a big play.
Battle the drive in the bucket for 2 with 50 seconds to go, making it a 2-point game again, 86-84. Bama the ball in the 2-point lead. Reitzel front court. Reitzel trying to drive. Reitzel cut off and backing it out. Reitzel near the center court stripe, being hounded by the defender battle. Reitzel off the screen, works inside the arc, works down the lane, works to the paint, works it in. Oh, mercy! What a play, Latrell Reitzel, running off the hip of Nick Pringle, and Bama leads by 4, 25 seconds remaining. Battle, up top 3, brick, caught by Nelson. Bama with 20 seconds to go, has it up by 4. Latrell front court. Latrell had it poked away. A scramble, out of bounds. Sit down, folks, I can't see. Thank you. It'll be, I think, whose ball? They called it on Alabama, and shots upcoming for Arkansas with 13.8 to go.
The only thing that can't happen, a chance to cut into this lead, they go the other way, is Alabama.
Latrell Reitzel's 4th.
Alabama turns it over. Latrell Reitzel trying to get it back, gets called for the foul, and Arkansas, a team that has been perfect from the line, goes to the stripe. It'll be Ellis going to the line for 2. 14 seconds to play. Alabama up 4.
They remain perfect. Do the Hogs in this frame. Pringle's coming out. Walters in to replace him. Bama wanted to make sure they've got another free throw shooter on the floor.
I think there's too much time for Arkansas to intentionally miss this. But Alabama's got to be careful with it. Bama's got a couple of timeouts.
Free throw is missed, and Estrada claims it. And then Arkansas knocked it out of bounds. 12.8 to go. It's a 3-point lead. That is Arkansas's first miss of the second half. Ellis couldn't get it to go. Will go the other way, and they called a foul on Arkansas. It was not a miss. It was not a deflection out of bounds. It was a foul on the Hogs. And who's going to the line for the Tide?
It'll be Aaron Estrada. Hasn't had a great game in terms of scoring. 4 for 14 from the field. Has not attempted a free throw. Only 3 rebounds, but a chance to make this a 2-possession game.
This is big right here. 88% on the year. Free throw good. One more upcoming. Pringle comes back in, and Walters will sit down. Defense replacing offense for Alabama. 12.8 on the clock. 89-85 on the scoreboard. Bama free throw is good. Here in overtime, Bama its biggest lead at 5. Hogs hurry the other way. Mark lets fly from deep. Nails it with 8 seconds to go. It's a 2-point game. Be smart, fellas. Timeout. Oh, that's a break for Alabama because they stopped the clock to talk something over, and that's going to help Bama get Sam Walters into the game. That's huge.
Yeah, because Arkansas did not put a man on Nick Pringle, and he was the open man.
They're going to review it to see if it's a 2 or a 3, I guess. But man, Brian, regardless, not having to use a timeout and being able, not that you couldn't have because you got 2 left, but to get Sam Walters in the game right there, that is massive for Alabama.
Yeah, and Nate Oates doesn't have to call timeout. Got 2 left in case you can't get the ball in bounds. And did they call it a 2 on the floor?
Brian, I don't think so. I've got it as a 3 on our stat monitor, but only a 2 on the score, and they do make it a 3-point basket after reviewing.
And that'll make it a 2-point game. So,
and I thought that was right all along.
Yeah, it just, as we've seen over the course of this game on a couple of different occasions, the stat monitor and the scoreboard did not agree. Now they do. 2-point game with 8.1 seconds to play gives, as you mentioned, Nate Oates an opportunity to get more free throw shooters in the game, and you want the ball in the hands of Mark Sears right here. And Arkansas knows that. They're going to deny Aaron Estrada, Latrell Reitzel, but also in the game, Walters and Grant Nelson.
Ellis will not face guard Estrada. Instead, he will try to help deny anybody coming to the ball, including Sears, or especially Sears. Bama's got to hurry. They get it into Mark. Mark will flip it ahead. Walters will drive in to the rack for the flush. Bama by 4 with 3 seconds to go. Hogs throw it ahead. Let them battle. Deep three. It's no good. It's no good. Let's get out of here. Bama wins it. 92-88 in overtime. Strike up the band. Exactly make barbecue like we did a year ago, but cutting the heart out of the pig ain't a bad thing either. 92-88, Alabama able to get the win in overtime. And folks, if you're listening, stay put, because we got Senior Day festivities taking place here at Coleman Coliseum.
Overtime 92-88. That Bama highlight was presented by Guthrie's Chicken Fingers. Guthrie's is America's original chicken finger restaurant and a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Get a bucket of Guthrie's for your next Bama get-together. And our post-game conversation with Coach Nate Oates is presented by Cook's Pest Control. Cook's Pest Control and Centricon, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. Now in the locker room, Chris Stewart with Bama coach Nate Oates.
Coach, heck of a battle all day long, and then your team able to gut one out at the stretch. How were they able to get it done?
We quit turning the ball over. That's a big start. You know, our turnovers were killing us in the first half. Points off turnovers was drastically in their favor up until late in the game. We started making a run. So, you know, we got to take better care of the ball. But look, these guys found a way to win. They've been doing that some of these close games. So we got to use this momentum going into Nashville. You know, we obviously know we're much better than what we played today, but sometimes you got to find a way to win a game when you're not playing particularly well. So, you know, we out-rebounded the team. You know, I thought, you know, we chirped the blue-collar plays, and they were up on us on a lot of those. We have not had many games this year where we've had over 100. You know, we had over 100 today. I thought Pringle and Grant played really well. I mean, they were our two leaders on the blue-collar stuff by a long shot. So, got great minutes out of those two guys. And Trelly hit a big shot. Grant hit a big shot. Grant hit two big shots, but nice his foot was behind the line on the first one. We had three of those long twos with our foot on the line that maybe wouldn't have gone to overtime if we'd have done that. But these guys figured it out. I mean, kind of go through what it takes to win, and we figured out in this game we got some stops late, some big rebounds, stepped to the line, made some free throws, and sealed the game.
You got contributions everywhere, it seemed, but you mentioned Latrell Reitzel, and having him back, obviously this is a different ball club with him available to go. And while you may have missed Rylan Griffin, and certainly did, the veteran in Latrell has certainly become one of your biggest weapons at this part of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we needed him. Those threes he hit were huge, particularly that last one in regulation to tie it up. He's made big plays. He's great on defense. I mean, he's you know, you can tell he's not quite 100%, but sure, he was able to play almost 40 minutes tonight. So he was close enough to 100%. He's been there for 40 minutes. I mean, think Aaron and Mark were the only two. All of them. Mark's at 42, and Aaron and Trelly both at almost 40. So, we need those three guards to play well for us. We need to get, Ryland back as soon as possible, and we need to get some of these other younger guys playing a little bit better to give us a little bit more depth. But Sam Walters made some big plays late. Struggled early. Just kept telling us, put me back in. I'm going to make a tough play. That offensive rebound put back was huge. The 3 hit was huge. His attitude was great. A lot of these guys could have had sour attitudes or whatever, or dropped their head when stuff wasn't going well, stayed in it. Thought this was the best game Sears had all year as far as leadership goes. Trelly hit some shots. Come on, we got to get Trelly a shot. The guys stay in it. We're together. He was really good. So I want to make sure we mention that because, we've been on him to be a little bit better leader, and he was great tonight.
Coach, finally, what does this win do for your team momentum-wise going into the postseason?
Yeah, I hope it gives us some confidence that even when we don't play well, we can still get a win because we know we didn't play very well. But, if we guard and sit down and take care of the ball, we get locked in, we can make comebacks, go back to our first championship we won in Nashville. I think we were down 15 in the second half in the semifinals to Tennessee and came back and won the game. So you just got to hang in there, make tough plays, get some stops, keep taking good shots, get on the old glass. We ended up with 16 second chance points. We don't win the game without those second chance points. So you just got to make some tough plays like that.
Thank you for the time. Congratulations again.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Roll Tide.